to another episode of the RC Lounge podcast with your host EKJ 24,000. Hey man, hope y'all had an awesome, beautiful Sunday. Shoot, today was awesome weather here, and you couldn't ask for much more. But yeah, y'all got a treat for y'all tonight. Again, EKJ 24,000 here, another episode of the RC Lounge podcast. And yes, sir, we got a good one tonight. We got the boss in the house in the RC Lounge, Mr. Adam Ross in the lounge. Y'all just kick back, relax. Hey, we're doing a little giveaway tonight. So hey, y'all share this out. Y'all share this out. Again, we doing a giveaway tonight. So y'all share this, man. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time with this. Again, y'all just welcome Adam Ross to the RC Lounge podcast. Let me bring him on up in here. Hey. Okay, Mr. Ross.
How's it going, man?
Hey. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Welcome to the RC Lounge podcast with your host EKJ 24,000. Glad to have you, man. I know we messaging back and forth trying to get stuff coordinated, and we found a good time and making it happen. And but yeah, Adam, just tell everybody where you're from.
Actually, I'm from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, which is surprisingly enough south of the United States. So we're like kind of south of Detroit. I don't know if everybody knows where Detroit, Michigan is, but we're right across the pond from Detroit, Michigan. So for us, most of our home tracks are based out of Michigan, and we got the likes of some really fast racers. Of course, everybody knows Dakota Fenn. He's a Michigander. We got Aiden Horn, Alan Horn, and awesome Alan Horn. I used to try and catch him on dirt bikes back when I was a little bit younger, before we got into the whole RC game, and he was awesome back then. So the things that he's doing with the kids and promoting his team is second to none. Obviously, you see the fruits of his labor just based off of his kids, but not only did he help Aiden and Austin become next level RC racers, he's helping the next generation to continue on with that legacy. So it's super cool seeing all those people out of Michigan. But Windsor, we just opened our very first indoor on-road facility, and I couldn't be more proud of the people involved. They're part of our home 8-scale track, outdoor 8-scale track, but we might be getting snow tomorrow, so we ain't doing no 8-scale racing tomorrow, I'll tell you that. But so we're getting ready to move indoors, and right now I'm actually building a Mugen TC touring car, which is kind of out of my norm, man. It's like I'm not used to like the little finicky belt driven tight tolerance stuff, because the 8 scale's my jam, man. And I see in the background, man, you got the AMS plaque or something. I was like, what is that? That's so cool.
Yeah, man. It's my shoot, bro. I got AMS placard, man. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on, quick.
Hell yeah. Because like I was telling them earlier, I've been to AMS. I brought my fastest Canadian racer to AMS, and it was so cool to actually go down. We went to Coleman, Alabama. It was a race time entertainment event, and we had a blast there. So I was super blessed to be able to go to Coleman, Alabama. I was just telling everybody on the show that I was like super lucky to go down there to the race time entertainment event, and that looks like one of the plaques that they were giving away there.
Yeah, man. I got this from just attending AMS just through the years, and I like the race time stuff, and and there's just some of the we get the little passes to get on the driver's stand passes and stuff like that. So all this just memorabilia, man, from just racing, just being on the RC scene and racing over the years. You know what I'm saying, with my fellas, the TTR team, just racing with with the guys. You know how it go, and just over the years, you get and you attain different types of little memorabilia and plaques and stuff like that. And so hopefully very soon I should have a first, second, or third up there. You know what I'm saying, on the wall.
There you go. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I've kind of passed the torch to my son.
Yeah.
He's been straight up killing it. He raced his way into the A main at the PMB this year.
Okay.
And I couldn't believe it, man, because like he was in the E-Truggy class. There was 140 something plus entries, and he raced his way into the top 18. Dad couldn't even do that. So, man, and to see him do that because he had to race his way in there. So he was in the B main. And the video that I had is one of the ones that went viral because it's me cheering on my kid from the sideline. And I was just like willing him to try and win. Right. And he ended up doing it, and he got the bump to the A main. And, oh, man, super proud Dad moment there, because if you can do that at an event like PMB, like, like you have a little bit of talent, where me, I've kind of ran out of talent, so I can work on the cars, I can do the kits and stuff like that, but my son has the reflexes and the eyesights to be able to actually perform with them. So it's pretty cool to see him rocking and rolling and kind of taking it to the next level.
Yeah, man, like you say, it's just all about, you know, I'm not a parent yet, you know what I'm saying, but I know it has to be just going back in the past, and I come up playing, you know, football as a kid all the way up. I was blessed to play it blessed to play it just even up on a collegiate level in college, you know what I'm saying? So
it's huge in the States.
Yeah, man. So my mom and dad was there every step of the way. So I know, just remembering them, seeing their faces when I did pretty well in games, I can, you know, I know it lights you up when you see your son doing well, especially racing. You know what I'm saying? Anytime, anything competitive, and they really got to prove themselves, and we can't help them. You know what I'm saying?
You can't. I tell everybody, it doesn't matter how much money you got, because like when the rubber hits the dirt, the proof's in the pudding, bro. And like, honestly, he has to put up or shut up. And I can give him the best stuff. It ain't gonna be he's not gonna have bad gear. He's gonna have good stuff. Now I'm sitting in the sidelines. I'm more nervous when he's out there holding the controller than I am, because he has to put in the work, right? But oh yeah, it's been beautiful. And my daughter's been doing all the kits and helping out all the S-Work stuff and running kind of the business behind the scenes. And the funny thing is, if I can get those two to like kind of like help each other out, it would be just a dream come true for the Ross Racing family, because my daughter has all the talent on building the stuff, doing all the soldering, doing all the wiring, where my son, he doesn't even tighten his wheel nuts. He'll go out there and run it. One wheel will fall off. He'll still beat my daughter. And I'm like, how is that possible? But in his mindset, he's just like, I ain't let my sister beat me, you know? So he just pushes through, where my daughter takes the time to make sure everything's maintained correctly. And my son's just like, pin it to win it, right? He's got that different mentality. So it's awesome seeing both sides of the gamut, having a boy and a girl, but it'd be cool if a little bit would rub off on each other, because my daughter's too nice. She's like, if you get up on her gearbox, she'll kind of give you that line, right? Where my son is like, nah, man, he's like, you got to take it from me.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you know, but yeah, that's just coming and you know, come with that racing and again, being comfortable with people being up on you, and it, like you said, it goes back to being that your competitive spirit, and you know, how you gonna, you know, just not let someone just, you know, pass or whatever.
Walk all over you. No, you gotta make them earn it, but cleanly, because like I understand like the whole racing etiquette is huge, and that's one of the things that I noticed from Canada to the United States. The competitive level just steps up multiple notches going to the States. So like I was saying, we just opened up our first indoor facility. I'm lucky enough to be close to Larry's Performance RC, where they have 3 tracks indoors. Like, they bought this massive facility and have multiple tracks. So when I get to go to a track like that, it is amazing. And the competition, like on a club night, they'll have like 144 entries on a club night. Okay. We're lucky if we get 144 entries on a big trophy event. So that's a big difference there.
Right.
And like, I don't know if you guys have heard of RC1. but RC1's in Macomb, Michigan, and that's Ryder Hemenek's dad. And
Right.
it's funny because Mike Hemenek used to sponsor me when I was dirt biking back when I was 16, 17. So I have lots of respect for what he's done for himself and his son now, and building this facility for us to all enjoy. It's the best indoor carpet off-road track in Michigan right now. And you get like Tater Sontag there, you get Dakota there, you get the Horns there. And when all those guys show up, I'm happy to make the C main. Like, it's like they're no joke there, man. They're running like I'm watching the demo on the track right now, you know, but they're like actually controlling the cars. It's cool to see. Super blessed for that stuff, though.
Yeah, bro. You know, them when them guys hit the track, you know, it turns super serious and competitive. You know what I'm saying? It goes to another level when horns and when the fins hit the track and stuff like that. So I can understand, man. So yeah. So yeah, Ross, what other hobbies you into other than RC? What other hobbies you do?
Believe it or not, like my son is like, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but he's got this sim rig, and I hope I'm not losing him to it because it's so much easier than RC. But he's currently racing the iRacing, and like because he still wants to have fun with it. He does the iRacing for competitiveness, but he does GT7 on the PS5 with his friends from school and stuff like that.
Right.
And man, just seeing the graphics and stuff like that compared to when I was a kid, like it's bonkers. So it's a pretty cool hobby. It's just, man, I can't sit in the VR headset for too long. Right. I don't know if it's just my age or I'm too old. And then when my engineer's telling me to flip switch on the steering wheel, I can't see the steering wheel, so I don't know it off by heart. And there's 13 buttons on the controller now, so I get lost real quick. But my kid is super competitive in that, and has been having a blast and showing me some cool stuff along the way. And then me and my daughter, we do horseback riding.
Okay.
And, super blessed with that. She does competitive barrel racing, and it is awesome to see when she gets to go and perform in that, because there's so many variables when it comes to that, because you're not just worried about your daughter doing well. You're actually worried about the horse and all the everything. Like, it's a lot going through your head. And being a parent, I'm worried, right? Because it's a big beast, right? So I'm like, man, like my daughter just turned 16, so I'm like, oh man, like, okay,
make sure she's safe. Yeah,
make sure she's safe. Yeah, that's why I love the RC thing, because I know they'll still be able to go to school or work on Monday, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and we get to do it as a family, so that's another blessing there. Because whenever we roll up to an event, we actually have a travel trailer, and the whole family just jumps in the truck and the travel trailer, and we just roll out to multiple events. And that's how we've been lucky enough to go to all the race time events. We try and hit up some of the bigger events in the United States, and we've been to all but 2 big events in Canada. And honestly, we just make it like a racecation, we call it, and we just pack the whole family up, and we kind of explore wherever it takes us, because it's brought us to cities and counties that we never would have went to if it hadn't been for this hobby. So we're super lucky that way too. And I think that the big thing is just kind of paying it forward. So we're fortunate enough where we have some awesome sponsors.
Right.
And what we've been doing is at the end of the season, we'll go through and we'll maintain it with all of our CowRC products. And then we'll do a giveaway. We'll give it to somebody that has shown interest in one of the bigger classes at our outdoor 8-scale track is the 2-wheel drive Traxxas Slash short course. And
short course, man.
That kind of got me into the hobby, and it's one of I like the 4x4 better myself because I can't drive 2-wheel drive, but I know where they're coming from. And it's the entry-level class. It keeps the cost down. And if somebody shows up and just wants to try it, they have a couple rental 2-wheel drive Traxxas Slashes, and they're cheap and easy to maintain, and they're really hard to break too, right? So it's great to get into the hobby. And if somebody shows interest, and let's just say like their parents can't afford it or something like that, we'll donate an 8-scale kit to them with all the electronics, and here you go. The only thing they really need to do is just get the radio, because unfortunately I ain't rich, but it at least gets up their toe in the gate, right? And complete 8-scale kit ready to run is not too shabby, and it's a good gift, and at least gets them, a little bit better than the 2-wheel drive Slash, right? So that's one way we like to try and pay it forward. And we actually gave a whole bunch of parts to an 84-year-old man last time out, and seeing Mr. Ken Dees, I hope you don't mind me mentioning his name on the podcast.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. Mr. Dees always comes to us when we're there as the family, right? And he's like, I remember when my kids were this age and how much fun he used to have. Well, now he's retired. He's on a fixed income. He can't afford to do much stuff. So that's why we felt it was nice to give him that opportunity to race again. And now he's racing with his 2 kids again, and they're my age. Like, his kids are my age. So now when I see the whole family racing together again, oh man, it's awesome. And I'm hoping my kids will do that for me in the future, right?
Right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's rare that you really get sincere people that's willing to help you, and also just willing to really promote the brand and get RC out and just show people what we're really doing and how awesome it is to be able to expose you to different ethnic groups of people, different a whole different hobby other than just your typical baseball, football, you know what I'm saying, and soccer. It just shows the gamut of variety that's out there if you're looking for something, especially if you want to do it with you, because it's hard to do a sport like with you, like you said, daughter, son. You know what I'm saying? You could actually be, do the activity with them and not really worry about, like we talked about just minutes ago, about getting hurt, and you know what I'm saying? So
huge.
Right. And then, like I say, if you just a parent that, feel like you want to give your child a better opportunity just to really exceed in it, you can step back in the background and be the mechanic or be the pit man, or you know what I'm saying, and still be a part of it.
Yeah, you can see it on my nitro all ripped apart, man. Because I don't mind. I can't wait to be a pit dad, because I know that I'm even locally I'm an A-main guy. But when I go to the States, I eat a whole bunch of humble pie too, and I realize that my son still has that opportunity to make the A-main, where I know my ship has already sailed. So I don't mind. I know all the setup knowledge. I got all the tools to make sure that you can be successful. Now it's up to you to actually perform and hit those targets. And honestly, we had this big heart-to-heart talk with my son just recently, and he thought it was all about the winning. And I had to sit him down and tell him, I don't care if you break and finish dead last. As long as you're having fun, you're here with me and the family creating memories. That's what's important to me and your mom. Those are the things that we care about. And he's like, really? He's like, but you're so happy when I win. I'm like, well, yeah, of course, dude. Yeah. When you win, it makes it that much sweeter. But you just being out there and being competitive and not being a complete donk makes me proud. Because if you drive people with respect, things are going to happen. We know, you're not inside the vehicle. It's hard to judge sometimes. And especially at the bigger events, like you're talking about AMS and stuff like that, we never been to tracks that big. So us trying to get that extra perceptive, you got some distance there. And some of the jumps, bro, my kid, he was excited coming off. He's like, Dad, did you see my truggy? He's all it was 10 feet in the air. I'm like, yeah man. And I was like, it looked good too, bro. And I'm happy when he's happy, and as a parent, you just want to see your kids happy and be successful. But at the end, it's all about creating good memories and good vibes with the family, right?
Right. That's it. That is it, brother. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Creating good, awesome memories, vibes, and because we never know what life may bring. You know what I'm saying? So we got to remember all the good times we can when we, especially around each other, and had the opportunity to do so, and then be able to have our functions of our body to be able to, like I said, participate in it. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely. And y'all, again, for y'all just tuning in, man, if you will, just in the chat box, just type in Cal, COW. Just type in Cal, COW. That puts you in the drawing for the giveaway later on in the show. So again, if y'all just tuning in, just type in COW in the chat box, and that puts you in the drawing for the prize that we're gonna give away later on. Just type COW. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just like Adam Ross just did. Just like this.
I'm gonna give it away. Yeah,
just like that. Yeah. COW. There you go. Just type it in. COW. Type it in.
So they don't have to hashtag it though, right?
No, they don't have to. It just whatever. Yeah. It just on mine. You just whatever word or text you want to put in there, because it's like pre-done. So I put COW from the beginning. But yeah, if you will, just type in when you first just type in COW in the chat box. Just put COW just like Adam did right here. Just type COW.
And if anybody has ever tried any of the CowRC products and they're dying to learn about any of the stuff, do it in the questions, and I would be happy to help out. Because man, for any of the 8-scale racers, they just came out with the new graphite, and oh my God, what a game changer. I don't know if you've tried it yet, but basically it's a dry spray on lubricant, and we've been using it for like the hinge pins. I'm a pillow ball racer because obviously S works, and it has been a game changer for us, because I used to use like lead from pencil and stuff like that to try and lubricate the pillow balls without accumulating dirt and debris. But CowRC actually provided us with a product that does it for us now. So it is definitely one of those things I can appreciate. And man,
most definitely
having Heath as one of my original sponsors, I met them at PMB about 8 years ago. And it was our first PMB. I had no idea about maintenance. We showed up. I showed up with a Traxxas / 4x4, and I bought a used 8-scale low-C because we met Dakota at AMS and Mike Sontag and all that. So I had a clapped out 8-scale low-C buggy, and then I had a Traxxas / 4x4, and we showed up to PMB thinking we were going to be competitive.
Right.
Hell no. Hell no. We had no clue what we were getting into, and we had such a great time. I met Jeremy Mosier from CowRC, and he looked at my rig, and he's like, bro, he's like, what is going on with this thing? I'm like, like I just got it. And he's like, here, give it to me. And I didn't know any better. And I'm like, okay, here, sure, whatever. Right. And he came back about an hour later, and I didn't even think it was my buggy. Like, I thought he bought me a new buggy. I was like, the heck? And he started explaining to me about the parts and chassis wash, because they didn't have a lot of stuff 8 years ago. And he showed me like the Moose Slick and some of the basic stuff. And he's like, here, man, he's like, try this. And man, I was in the Sportman class, and sure enough, I was it was a Sportman class, so anybody could get lucky. I aimed it out of all my Canadian friends with this clapped out 8-scale low-C buggy that was like 4 years old at the time too. And he was like super happy. Also, he was cleaning it in between rounds and maintaining it for me. And that was my first introduction to the hobby as being like, oh my God, like if you actually put in work in the pits, you can be competitive out on the track. Whereas before, I thought it was just all for fun. It didn't matter. We were trying to do backflips off of the quarter pipe at PMB with our Traxxas / 4x4. We had no clue what we were really getting into, but seeing it from a different perspective, I'm like, okay, man, like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to race dirt bikes anymore. I think I might just sell my R1. I think we might actually like look at doing this for real. And it was kind of like my first like little like, And then that's when we went back and we started talking to Mike Sontag and a couple of the owners from different tracks that were in Detroit. And they're like, yeah, man, this is bigger than you guys think. And they started sending us links, and it wasn't even that popular on the YouTube or like Lefty wasn't out yet. RC Roads wasn't around yet. You know what I mean? Like 8 years ago, it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was in infancy, but for getting out to the mass media, it was kind of like new, right?
Yeah.
And when he did that for me, I I went and found a couple other CowRC sponsored racers in Michigan.
Right.
And when they told me about the pit mats and some of the things that you can do to level it up, I'm all like, okay, well, I'm like, just show me, because like I'm not convinced yet, right? And at the time I was using like the WD-40, the Simple Greens, all the stuff that everybody uses still to this day. And I didn't realize that there was something better out there for it. Yeah, there's some of the stuff that I was kind of just like ready to show off. But obviously, these are some of the staples and my favorite products to use on anything 8 scale. The Moose Slick is what we used to call it before, just Moose Slick. And my kids call it the green can. And they know it as the green can because it makes everything look brand spanking new. If you have the time and you use the Moose Slick silicone spray correctly, and you do it the day before you go out to the event, if you have just a simple air compressor or the CowRC blaster, most of the dirt and debris will just fall off of your vehicle. It won't even stick to it because it has that silicone protected. Now, the next one right beside it is the Moot Clean degreaser. That right there, on my last episode, I pulled apart all my electronics and I sprayed it right on the electronics and scrubbed it clean because we're getting ready to put it away for the winter. And people couldn't believe that I sprayed it right onto the electronics. And as long as you have it unplugged, it is completely safe. The evaporant that you have on there, you can use it on your Reds electronics, your Tekin electronics, your Hobbywing electronics, anything that you are supporting. I'm confident that you will have zero issues. And one of the best things is people don't realize that if you don't have clean electronics, and I'll spray a little bit of the electronics cleaner on a Q-tip and clean inside the bullets for the batteries, because us 8 scale racers, we don't run the Deans anymore. We don't have extra connectors. We're pretty much bullet right to the battery now. And if you're not, I'm telling you, make sure you clean your connectors even more importantly, because the more connections you have, the more heat and resistance you have in that circuit, and that creates the heat. So having that ability to clean real time, and you'll see the evaporant cleans it up instantly. And it's just one of those things that you have as protection for your electronics. Because let's face it, man, ESCs and motors and all that nowadays are not cheap. So you want to make sure you protect that investment. And that's one of the better ways to do it. Another thing, and I know you can agree to this, the most expensive part in the 8 scale hobby has got to be tires. And right beside that, you'll see the Moot Clean tire wash. And if you start using the Moot Clean tire wash right off the hop, when you pull them out of the bag and start racing with it, as long as you don't use any other chemicals, I guarantee personally your tires will last longer. And I keep mine in a Ziploc baggie. I don't know how you store your tires, but I write on the baggie what they are, what compound and stuff like that. I also write it inside the rear of the rim, because especially I got my son, my daughter, myself, all racing. That's 3 kids. My son's running nitro buggy, e-buggy. My daughter's running e-buggy, short course, and then I just try and run one class. But you know what, the tires can get out of hand real quick, right?
You already know it.
Yeah. So trying to keep all the compounds and everything together and in line, I just use them in the 4-pack baggies. And if you use the Moot Clean tire wash, you'll see when you pull them out of those things, the way that it stores it keeps all the integral oils and lubrication inside the tire, but it will not wreck the glue and it will not wreck the foam. So those things are massive when it comes to tire cleaning and things that don't dry out the tire, because we invest a lot of money in the tire. I want it to wear out on the track, not when I'm storing it for the winter or the off season, or even if you're not racing for a month. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you store that correctly. The next thing out there is huge. Back in the day, CowRC used to ship the parts and chassis wash already pre-mixed with water. But let's face it, today's day and age, shipping water makes absolutely no sense. So what he offered was doing the parts and chassis wash as a concentrate. So you can pick your poison. There's 2 different things, and that has the ceramic coating in it. So I personally use the power wash with the parts and chassis wash. And you can just spray it on the front clip, spray it on the rear clip, and just use your whatever air compressor. I got the Turbo Blaster, and this thing is way better than bringing a whole air compressor and all that other stuff. It's super portable, and it does the job just as good as an air compressor. And if you spray it on the front clip and rear clip and you blow it off, those clips are going to be almost like brand new if you pre-treated it with the Moose Slick silicone spray. Yeah, it's kind of like a whole system. And the more you use the system, the easier it is to maintain and clean. And like I said, when all my whole family's running, that's 6 kits I got to maintain in between whatever those rounds are. In the States, it's not as bad, but when we're in Canada and we're maxing out at 144 entries, it gets tricky to try and maintain 6 in a row.
Yeah.
A couple others that are up on the screen. This cow snot, it was awesome because a lot of people were asking about, like, what the hell do you use cow snot for? The best thing is if you have, so obviously I'm a huge media guy. So I got like gimbals and stuff like that, and I got cameras and all that, that stuff. I actually just pull a little piece of cow snot off that because when you're at a track, you're going to get dusty. You know that. Everything kind of gets a little light coating of dusting and stuff like that. Most of the time it can blow off. But with things like this, where you have like actual toggle switches and knobs and rotating bezels, those things, you sometimes can't blow it out.
Get in there.
So you can use the cow snot on things like that. I use it on my M17. My kid uses it on his Noble. My daughter uses it on her M12S. And it gets into all the nooks and crannies, and it doesn't leave any residue. And once you're done, you just throw that little piece away, and then you still have the container left ready to rock and roll.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Again, y'all, if y'all want to qualify for the giveaway, all you got to do is type in the chat box, COW, cow. COW. Just type it in the chat box. And at the end of the show, we're going to do a quick little giveaway. And that's it. You in there. Just type in the chat box, COW. So, and y'all share this out. Y'all share this out. So, but yeah, man. All these great products that Cal RC offers, man. So what is your top three favorites that you say, what is the must have? All this you ought to get, but what is like the must have? What would you just
so the top three, top three would honestly be the right here. Number one is the parts and chassis wash. Like when you get it in concentrate, literally you can take like whatever you want to mix it to, throw it in with the water, and you actually get better cleaning than any of the other competition out there. And the best thing is they offer 100% money back guarantee. So they put their money where their mouth is. So if you purchase something on this site and you are not happy, 100% money back guarantee. You tell me how many RC companies offer that, and I'll sit here and wait, because there ain't many that offer that 100% money back guarantee. And not only that, he puts his own personal cell phone right up on the main page, so you can get in contact with the actual owner. But definitely the parts and chassis wash, number one. Number two, and slowly becoming my number one, is the tire wash, man. I'm telling you, having multiple kids race, and my son thinks tires are free, so he's spinning to win. So he's the most aggressive racer you can possibly have. So you want to talk about wearing out Truggy tires real quick, and everybody knows how much Truggy tires are. So if you can get even 20% longer life out of it, I'm telling you, this tire wash is the trick. And then if you're only getting the three, the Moose Slick silicone spray is definitely one of those ones that will help prevent anything from sticking to your vehicle, the dust, the debris, racing through the mud and stuff like that. And what we found was for indoor carpet, when you're hitting off of the jumps, it actually helps the bottom of the chassis slide better off of the carpet elements instead of getting caught up on it or anything like that. Because everybody knows that off-road carpet, you have to run the chassis protectors, so you're covering all of the aluminum. And if you spray that chassis protector, it's definitely next level.
Okay, that's what's up. Again,
but those top three are definitely the ones that people tend to. This right here, though, it has quickly become one of the best sellers on the site. And these are the high ones.
I'm sorry, Adam, but if y'all want to just qualify for the giveaway, all you have to do to qualify is just type in the chat box COW, Cal, COW. That just qualify you for the giveaway later on in the podcast. So go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the hide wipes are my kids' favorite because they use it like my kids still play army tag. They'll go hang out with the kids in between race rounds and stuff like that. And that's why we love it and we call it racecations. But when they come back and we call them for food, sometimes you don't have the best running water out at some of the rural events that we go to in some of the counties and cities, right? Yeah. If we're out in the boonies somewhere, you'll just rip out a hide wipe and you can wash your hands. And the thing is, it's non-toxic. So I don't care if I give them a hot dog or a hamburger after that, right? It's one of those things. But not only that, it actually has really good agents and it has two different sides to it. It has a rough side and a smooth side. So if you want to actually use it to clean your RC, you can use the rough side to get in there and like actually dig through some of the dirt. And then on the smooth side, it's perfect for like Lexan bodies and some of the more delicate stuff. So having the option to do either side is next level. So those are definitely some of the ones that have taken off. And believe it or not, it was from some of the viewers on our show, Caltech, that actually gave us the idea to make some of the products. So it's been super cool to be able to have that show and the interacting of all the viewers and the fans. And without the fans, some of our ideas would have never came to fruition.
Right. And that makes sense, bro. And hey man, again, if y'all want to qualify for the giveaway, just type in the chat box COW. That qualifies you for the giveaway later on. But yeah, just type in COW. That's it.
And one of the things that Heath has been working on is all of these websites. He's actually putting on a how-to kind of thing, and he's basically showing all the users how to use the products properly because they want to make sure you get a good return on the investment, especially with like these mats and stuff like that. Like these mats here. Look at these bad boys.
Go ahead.
This thing right here, you can pull it off. Now you got magnetics inside. Say you're working on some and you want to like switch it up, you can actually pull these out and all your screws and all that stay in the tray and you can put it aside and then you got the backup just in case you got something else to work on. Not only that, they got these mouse pads that are all graphicked up and you can use that and basically I like to use the mouse pads instead of like the yoga mats or whatever I was using before. And these right here are their new solder mats. And these, my kid has left the iron on at 950 degrees, went out for his whole 10-minute qualifier, 10-minute marshalling, came back, and thank God it didn't catch fire because we had the protection. But shame on me for letting my kid do that for one, but luckily we were protected.
Awesome. Again, y'all, if y'all want to qualify for the giveaway for the Cal RC products, man, just type in the chat box. Real easy. COW. Just type in COW in the chat box. Just type in COW in the chat box. Just qualify you for the giveaway later on in the podcast. So, again, man, awesome. The boss, Adam Ross, on the RC Lounge, just showing us some of the products that they have given away and that they have to offer from Cal RC. And yes, we are give some away also tonight on the show. Again, if you want to qualify for a giveaway, all you got to do is just type in COW in the chat box and they enter you in for the giveaway. But yeah, go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
This is the newest jam. And man, like I love this because like I'm all about like wearing, like, look at you. You got all your red stuff on. You're looking
man, because
you're looking good. Yeah, man. Like you got it. Hey, if I was sponsoring you, I'd be happy you're showing it off right now.
Hey, man, hey, that's what we need to. We may need to talk. You know what I'm saying, to see what we can work out because I definitely need those magnetic mats that you just showed because man, I do not for my. Hold on. Yeah. Again, y'all, if y'all want to qualify for the giveaway, type in COW in the chat box. Just type in the word cow, COW in the chat box. That's going to qualify you for the giveaway later on in the podcast. But yeah, and I was saying again, not just, for my big stuff, my A scale stuff, like my truck and stuff, but
Nice.
also, yeah, I need those magnetic mats for that. And also, I've been dabbling in the mini crawler scene too. You know what I'm saying? So to keep up with these mini crawler parts, they're extremely small. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I definitely need some of those magnetic mats just to keep up with that stuff. So, but yeah, so.
So
Yeah.
the funny thing about crawling, as part of I don't even know how to say this, but like we decided. I have a co-host on Caltech, Tyler Slane.
Mhm.
He's a huge crawler enthusiast, and I'm a racer by blood. Like I'll race anything. You want to race something? Let's race. Like I'm down. And he's a huge crawler thing. And as part of the show, they did this whole thing that we did the 3-part series on me getting to the gauntlet. And you want to talk about learning a lot about the hobby in a super cool way. Me and my wife ended up going to this event, and we only been to race events beforehand. And we showed up, and like I said, we've been to like the race time entertainment events, and there's been some pretty epic events we've been to in the States where they get 1,000+ entries. To me, that's off the hook. Like I'm like, wow, you guys are getting 1,000 entries. That's insane, right? And then we roll up to this this crawler thing. And if you watch the series, I showed how my sponsor sent me this crawler and I had to build it and blah, 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 all that stuff. And I don't build crawlers typically, right? Like I'm just racing. And I got a lot of help and support along the way. Well, I finally show up to this event. We get all set up. And we were on Vendors Row because of the sponsorship, and we were like promoting all the stuff. And we were there a day early. Well, the next morning, we're having our coffee in the morning, kind of like looking over the thing, and there's a lineup up the driveway, down the street, and I'm like, so I take the mini bike and I drive up, and I'm like, babe, I'm like, this place is about to blow up. She's like, oh yeah, what do you mean? And I shit you not. There was 2,500+ people on the property doing rock crawling. I was like, what?
That's the next, that's like the drag racing. You know what I'm saying? That's big.
Crazy. Yeah. And I'm not a crawler at all, but like, obviously I have one crawler that I own now, that one that we did for the show. But man, we got welcomed into their community, and we had a blast, man. I took my X-Max, I jumped it through this ring of fire and stuff like that. Like it was next level. And the competition that they had for those micro crawlers, is that a 24 scale?
This is a 1/18 scale. So it's right above 24, but yeah, 24 real popular. And then the 1/18, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So
it was crazy to see that though, man, because like the way that they set it up and the crawls and the competitions, it was off the hook. And when I go to events, normally they have like a food truck or a little bit of stuff that you can get. They had 5 food trucks on site, like basically feeding us around the clock. It was an awesome event to be a part of. And now that I dip my toe into the crawling scene, now Tyler, my co-host, has to come and race some 8 scale. So we're gonna now. Hell yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun because they took me out of my element. Now I'm gonna take him out of his element, and we're gonna like kind of cross it over and just have a blast. And another funny thing was me and Tyler, we're up to 72 shows, 72 podcasts. I think we're up to about 34,000 followers now, and we finally met in person at that event. We just kind of like knew each other virtually. So that was cool too, man, because getting to meet people that you meet online in person, man, you can't beat that, man. It's awesome.
It's awesome. That's it, man. Hey, man. So let's. Anything else you want to explain something with the swag, with some of the Cal RC swag, the drip?
This is brand new. I don't even have this yet. I told him you gotta send me some of this because like the graphics that he has on this stuff, I don't think I've seen anybody do full graphics like this. And like to have it all graphicked up with that, I don't know, man. Like even the hoodie is graphicked up. Like I can't wait to get my hands on it because I think that looks next level right there. And if you want to look proper, you can definitely do it with that. And the way that it looks, like even you can get matching duffel bags and stuff like that. Like your whole look can be whatever theme you want. And I'm like, just take my money, man. I'm like, it's like I don't normally see that. Like I got like the Cal RC like hat, baseball hat, and stuff like that. You got the hat, and I got like the silk screen stuff too. But man, something like that. I think I like it. I like it. I can't wait to see how it comes out and comes looking. Because like even the Patriot one, like I know for a lot of the Americans really like the Patriot theme and stuff like that. But like to have that all graphicked up like that looks crazy.
Crazy. They look good though, for real.
They do look good. And basically you just pick your poison. They got a whole bunch of different themes that you can choose. And it's just to try and match it up with your paint scheme the best that you possibly can. And man, I'm blown away at what he's bringing out, because a lot of these things are actually coming because of a lot of the viewers are asking for it. And just recently, I don't know if let me see here with the t-shirts here. These are just the normal stuff, but this is one I'm super proud of. Like all these graphic ones are super cool, don't get me wrong, but this one right here, if I can find it, where is it?
Take your time. We ain't got number time. Take your time, bro.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So this one, like, I didn't think that anybody would even tune into our show, but this is actually for our show, Caltech USB Answer Live, and he said that people are buying it. And the best thing is, on our Facebook page, you see everybody showing off wearing our stuff, and I couldn't be more happy than that, man. I was all like,
awesome.
When you first start out, you don't think that it's gonna take off, right? And then seeing it, it's like, man, that's cool. That's cool.
I felt the same way, man. I just did just a little rough, soft opening. Again, if y'all want to qualify for the giveaway for the show tonight, again, just go in the chat box and type in COW, Cal, COW. Type that in the chat box. That qualifies you for the giveaway tonight. But yeah, brother, man, I did a little soft sample, you could say, sale of some RC Lounge podcast shirts, you know what I'm saying, like last year. And
nice.
Just a few sizes, a couple of small, medium, extra larges, you know what I'm saying, just to see how it go, man. And I sold completely out, man, and it's just awesome just seeing, you know what I'm saying, your stuff that you really work hard for and grind, and see people actually kind of buying it. So
right, man. So you know how I feel. It's awesome, man, because like you don't expect it to even last. And it's funny because if you go back and watch episode 1, I had a power outage on our first show. And like, well, what's the chances? You know what I mean? So we were doing this podcast. I was doing it by candlelight, bro. It was like, everybody's like the visual. That's what they call it in episode 1 now, the visual, because I'm like doing it by candlelight. And it was awesome because like they tuned in for episode 2 to see what would happen, right? And then it just kept getting better and better after that. But we have a deal with the owner of Cal RC. If we make it to episode 100, and I'm not even going to say if, when we hit 100, he's gonna have to come on it live, and he's not the best when it comes to live chat and live shows, but it's gonna be great to have him because that boy knows the product and he's passionate about RC and some of the cool stuff that he's into. He had me take an 8-scale fire breathing truggy, 8-scale proper truggy. And he had me slam that thing, and the electronics that he sent me and has me working on, he wants to hit 100 miles an hour consistently all day for fun. So we've been making it into the speed run thing out of an 8-scale truggy, and I can't wait to get to get it to him. because
Right.
that's one of those things that like he just likes having fun with the hobby, right?
Mhm.
And
Ain't no wrong
it
with that.
just shows with the product and the way that he treats all the people, and
Yeah.
even like the giveaway for tonight, man. Like, make sure you comment COW Cal, man, because who knows what we're gonna give away. I'm even open to some options, but
Yeah.
it is a blessing to have such a good sponsor. And you know what it's like, especially when you're in a hobby like this. If you can't get a discount on a few items, it is really hard to maintain
Right.
that level that you want to try and achieve. And if you're in it for fun, God bless you, because that's what it's all about. The
Mhm.
having the fun. Like I tell everybody, like if you can't afford new, I'm going to help you find some people that are going to be giving it at a good price use. Like I was telling
Right.
you earlier, kind of how we
Mhm.
pay it forward. But if you
Right.
just jump on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that, and you can find a legit seller, or just go to a local track and just start talking to some of the fast guys, they will point you in the right direction. Because trust me, if they get you in there on a happy note, you're going to be more apt to stay in the hobby and keep coming out and hanging with us.
There
And
you
that's
go.
what we want. We want that longevity. We don't want the quick in and out. And I feel like I got ripped. We
Right.
want you to enjoy the hobby, come out and hang with us and see what it's all about. Because man, the camaraderie and the fun is where it's all about, man. Hanging out in the
That's it.
pits with the boys,
Mhm.
it's great. And I was telling you, like we travel with the family, but there's a whole bunch of us that are similar age, which have the same age kids. We all jump in our trucks and campers and we travel around like we're like a whole like circus, right? And
Yeah, man.
it's cool because you know that one, I can't. Well, for the solder station thing, I should have kept a better eye on my kids. But like legitly, you know your kids are going to be safe because they're all with like-minded people, and
Right.
everybody's keeping an eye out for each other. And like, man, we're leaving, like all our RC kits out, our radios out, and everything's on the pit tables, and you're just in your safe space, right? And
There you go.
everybody's just there for the same good time, and that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with.
Exactly. Again, y'all, if y'all want to qualify for the drawing again, all you gotta do is type in COW in the chat box. Cal, COW. Just type it in the chat box, COW, and that enters you into the giveaway. Just type in COW in the chat box. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, man. So let's rewind this thing a little bit. So how did you actually get into RC? How do you actually get into RC?
All right. Well, I was at I'm a huge drag racer. I have a couple Mustangs that were pretty decently quick, and we were at an event in Grand Bend, and it was raining cats and dogs, and we had our drag cars under the tarps, and we were all bumming out. And me and my buddy AJ, we see this kid ripping around with this what we thought was a nitro RC car,
Right.
and he's ripping around. So we go out and we're like kind of like watching this kid in the rain running through the puddles. And of course, he comes running over and he's all like, "Hey, mister, you want to try this?" And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, "Is it electric?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "And you're running through the puddles and all that?" He's like, "Yeah, it's a new Traxxas / 4x4. It's all waterproof and everything." He's like, "You can't blow this thing up." I'm like, "All right." So yeah, I tried it. And that Monday when we got home, my wife knew. She's like, "You're getting one, hey." So me and my buddy Andy, we went to a local hobby shopping in Kingsville and went to Action, and we both bought one each. And we kind of just bashed around in the backyard for a little bit. And then I met my good friend now, Rick Endler, at like a shopping center, and he's all like, "Man," he's like, "I seen a couple of your posts." He's like, "You have an RC car?" I'm like, "Yeah, we kind of got one, and we're just like bashing it and doing whatever in the backyard." He's like, "Why don't you come out here?" And then he gave me this card, and he's like, "We have an event, like a proper event where we're working a race." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, man." He's like, "We show up. We actually race. We got timing. We got scoring towers. We got everything." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "All right, down. I'm going to go check this out for sure." So sure enough, we went and we checked it out. And when we first got there was like 200 people packed in the thing, and they're all racing their toy cars, getting it ready.
Yeah.
People in the pits, proper setup, proper announcing, loudspeakers, monitor. I'm like, what? toy cars. I'm like, this is awesome. So lo and behold, I think I told you what happened. I ended up finding some hobby shops in the States, and then got introduced to a few other people. Well, I take my 4x4 Slash over to the States, and I'm practicing with it, thinking I'm going to do something special. And this little dorky kid comes running up, and he's like, "Hey, mister, you want to try this kit? It's way better, right?" I'm all like, "Yeah, whatever." And he's like, "Okay, I just got to go ask my mom real quick, right?" So he runs off, and it was Nancy Fenn. Okay. I didn't know at the time who the Fenns were, right? Yeah. So this kid comes back, puts the truck down, hands me this controller. I've only had a Traxxas controller in my hand before. He hands me this custom wrapped Spectrum controller, and this kid was like 10 years old. I'm like, what the heck? So I go up. I'm nervous now because I don't want to drop the controller. I'm like, wow, this thing's like proper. I get up on the thing. I go around, and I'm about to hit the first jump. Well, with the Traxxas 4x4, I got to floor it to clear this jump, right?
Yeah.
I floor his. I jumped halfway damn near across the whole facility. I landed. I'm like, holy crap. I stop. He comes looking at me. I go down the stairs. He's like, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, here, take this back. I don't want to break it. He's like, okay, man. He's like, bye, Losi. And he goes running away, right? And at the time, I had no idea what Losi was. I didn't know what TLR was yet because it was my third or fourth day in the hobby, and we just wanted to show up and see what the heck it was all about. And honestly, it was because of Dakota and Nancy Fenn that I became a TLR fanboy. And it was pretty cool to get introduced at such a young age at that point. And then from there, I got my first clapped out Losi, like I was telling you about. And then we ended up going to PNB, which was not a big mistake, but like, don't go there thinking you're going to do anything good with the Traxxas class 4x4. You can go there and have fun, which we did, but if you want to be competitive, it might not be the kit for you. And in fact, Race Time doesn't even run 4x4 short course anymore, and they don't run the baby truggies, which I'm okay with now that I graduated to Nitro, because I do believe Nitro is the glory. It has been the best replacement I've ever found for dirt bikes, and I love the 8-scale Nitro. I feel that the buggy and truggy are next level. If you get that tuned proper, it's just one of those things, man. And if you're up there for a 45-minute main, man, there's nothing beats it. And I just had a blast doing that. But we were messing around with going to different places with our Traxxas Slash until I finally realized that, okay, if you get a proper it was the Losi 2.0 SCTE that was just about to drop. And I didn't know that kid Dakota was as good as he was and who he was really, because like I just met him that day. And when it dropped, he was already doing the testing for it. So that's what he let me try before it was even out. And so I became really good friends with Mike Sontag and Tater Sontag. And it's funny, a weird story. Tater was the first boy to kiss my daughter. So I was like, oh boy, I got to do that. But little Tater Sontag. He's grown up a lot, man. And I can't believe he beat Dakota to the first world champ before Dakota did. Like that's some serious skills right there. But we started hanging out at AMS. That's in Grand Blanc, Michigan. My dad lives in Waterford, Michigan. It's literally 15 minutes away. And I had no clue that any of this stuff was going on in our backyard. So we became really good friends there. And then I think I was telling you this before we started the show with Chris Norlock and the series. We were doing that because we were traveling all around Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. And we were just having a blast because we got to do it as a family. We got to like kind of hang with all these fast guys. And we got to see what proper maintenance and setup can actually achieve. Because I thought you had to have the best of everything to be competitive. You just have to like put it together properly, maintain it properly, and make sure that you go through and make sure everything's tight before you go out for your qualifier or main. Because if you don't have good maintenance in the pits, It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how good of a driver you are if you can't finish. So
There
those
you go.
were the trials and tribulations that kind of got Ross Racing into the whole fray, but definitely came up. I got to think, like, we had Dirt Burners, which was in
Mhm.
Livonia, and
Yeah.
we had the RC Clubhouse, which was a huge part of my kids growing up.
Right.
We would go to some of the events that Bill would put on, and man, my kids would sleep underneath the pit tables and stuff like that, because like they were only like 6 and 8 at the time, and
Mhm.
they had all their friends there, and it was just cool for them to hang out and play. And when you got to the A main, my kids would get up and watch like Dakota, the Horns, like Sontag, like all the top dogs battle it out in Michigan. And you knew when the A main was about to roll down, because like the whole pit area would just like
Go to the track.
oh man.
Mhm.
And you knew something epic was about to go down. And just seeing the skill level that they possess is next level. And I know whenever the pros show up, I was relegated to like the C main, and I was even happy to bump to the B. And once in a while,
Mhm.
to get lucky, but seeing that was super cool. So that's kind of how we got our start. Was just like
Yeah.
stumbled upon it with the Traxxas /4x4.
Mhm.
Met somebody that actually knew what the hobby had to offer, and then when they brought us out to our first event, blown away. I was like, I couldn't believe how cool it was that they were racing these things.
Yeah.
And then once we kind of dipped our toes in, I was TLR all the way up until Sorsiki. Once Sor went under, got lucky, got in with S Works, and Tim and Brent Dunsford from Beach RC have just been phenomenal for me over in Canada. We created our team over in Canada. We're 30 drivers strong now in Canada, which is no joke. And
Yeah.
we've won multiple championships in Canada. And it's funny because nobody wanted to sign with S Works Canada when we first introduced it 5 years
Mhm.
ago. And
Mhm.
now I got to turn people away. So it's a true blessing to
Awesome.
have that going.
Yeah. Okay. Since you got the kids, all of them they involved in RC racing.
Yep.
Okay. What mistakes have you made in RC that you can share to help someone else? What kind of mistakes you have made over the years in RC?
So the biggest one is
Mhm.
everybody told me I have to start getting my kids to help me work on the kits. And I totally agree with this. And one of the biggest mistakes that I did was I let them work on it at a bigger event in between rounds. And we're racing 6 kits, mind you. Okay.
Right.
So when they weren't helping, I had a routine A, B, C, and D. They started helping out. They're 6 and 8, and they're just not as strong to be able to tighten things up as much as they should be, right? Nor were they using blue Loctite on metal to metal items and stuff like that. So one of the biggest mistakes I did was that I kind of oversaw them and they were doing the right things. Everything got back. I checked the ride height, checked the camber, checked to make sure that the wheel nuts were tight. Well, they're 8 and 6. They had extra parts left over, so they put them in the spare parts bin. I didn't notice that. So they didn't have the top shock clamp all the way bolted in. And yeah, a couple hard landings later, 2 screws were holding it in. Those 2 screws finally failed, broke, and then now you know that nothing's holding the shocks on now.
Right.
So one of the biggest things that I can say to parents, that if your kids are starting to maintain their vehicles in between rounds, you might want to go ahead and just double check everything just to be on that safe side. But it was one of those things that, like, oh my God, like, how did I let this happen to my kids, right? But at the same time, you do want them to help and you do want them to learn. Like, my daughter can rip apart a kit, put it back together now in between rounds by herself, no problem.
Okay.
I think I was telling you off camera, my son, man, he'll leave wheel nuts loose and he'll still beat my daughter, but like, it's because of his mentality that there's like, no way I'm gonna let my Kayla beat me, you know, Dad? Like, no way. And he does, he won't. He just has that mindset, like he'll drive the freaking wheels off it, beat her. But that was one of the major mistakes I definitely made. Another one, and
Okay.
I hope nobody does this. Um, Everybody told me to get rid of the Dean's plugs. I don't know if you remember the red Dean's plugs that they
Danger.
used to have in
Mhm.
RC. Okay,
Right.
so we always had the Dean's plug, and you can't plug those things in backwards. Everybody's like, oh, you got to go to bullets. I do agree. If you do go to bullets, please make sure that your red and your black will only reach the positive and negative side. So mistake we made, we wanted all the wiring to look super cool and symmetrical, so we had them the same length.
Yeah.
And of course, you could plug it in backwards. And if you plug it in backwards and you have no safety or cap on your electronics, and you plug it in backwards and you forget to leave it on, that pop is the worst sound you'll ever hear as a parent, man. Because like you know that
Yeah.
ESC is not going to make that round.
Mm.
So, pro tip: make sure that your wires only reach the positive and the negative only reaches the negative. Save you tons of headaches and wallet pains in the future for sure.
Yeah. Hmm.
And last but not least is definitely making sure that your tire program's on point. Um, we have like a process where we clean all of the molding releasing agent off of the tires
Yeah.
before we start gluing them and stuff like that. And I think that's
Mhm.
with any brand. We've tried J Concept, Dialed RC, you name it. We tried all these tires, right? And it don't matter. We always want to make sure you clean that bead, and then we kind of take the Dremel with just like the sand bit here, and I just like make sure to rough it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And if you rough it up just enough, you'll get that proper adhesion. And we haven't had many failures. Well, my kid saw that one of the pros was running a specific pattern that we had out there.
Right.
He didn't realize that they weren't glued. They were brand new tires, but they were just mounted. They were not glued yet.
Hmm.
And he mounted them on, and he was able to do one whole warm up lap, and it looked mint. And he thought the tires were dialed. On the start, he goes full pull, and the thing kind of gives it that little shimmy, and all
Yeah.
four tires go freaking barreling off all the rims. So very important to make sure that you check all that stuff for your kids ahead of time before
Yes.
you let them go out, because
So,
just little simple stuff like that. And we laugh it off now, and it's always a good story. But
mhm.
it's just, yeah, you want to make sure you're setting your kids up for success.
I got you. I got you. Cool. Cool. Because that's like I said, man. Maintenance is key to be able
Yeah.
to finish races. It's also the key for you to have fun at the race because you want your car to last. You don't want it to be falling apart, breaking down, and
No.
especially when you got, saying your children with you, or you may bring somebody that never raced before. It's just embarrassing having the car they racing break falling apart, and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So just to have a good fun weekend, just that maintenance, make sure everything tight and right is key. Is key. But yeah, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer. What advice would you give? You kind of covered a little bit what we just talked about, but again, what kind of advice would you give parents that want to get they young,
Oh,
kids, boys and girls into RC? What would you tell them?
I told you off air. Me and my son had a heart to
Mhm.
heart, and honestly, as a parent, the best advice I can give you: zero pressure. Keep it fun for the kids, because you're there for the experience and just enjoying the time with the family. And the kids have a different mentality than what you might have going into it. I know I'm going there just to help support my kids and make sure that they're having a good time. Well, my son thought that it was all about the winning. And if
Mhm.
he ain't winning, it ain't fun and this and that. And of course, we actually enjoy winning. Like, who don't like winning? Like
Right.
it's a big thing. And we're just fortunate. Like, my kid's a rocket ship. Like, he's super fast, and he typically wins locally and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he just has that, like, I gotta win all the time. So when we had the heart to heart, I told him, I'm like, dude, as a parent, I don't care. I'm just happy that you're still doing things with me and your mom. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, doing
Right.
things as a family. So my advice to everybody is, if you can keep it fun, they might stay in the hobby a lot longer than you anticipate, because my daughter has a job now, my son has a job now, they're both full-time school, and just life gets in the way, right? So if you can take those few moments and just truly enjoy your time and company together,
Right.
it's amazing. And if you can do it with something that everybody can do, doesn't matter their health, doesn't matter their state of being, doesn't matter like how much money they have, you can go to the track and everybody can enjoy the hobby together. That's one thing that I would definitely recommend, is just keep it fun.
Keep it fun. Keep it fun. Y'all heard it. Keep it fun. Keep it fun. Yeah. Hooked up hooked up racing 2024. Want to know, do you have those storage bins you can show?
Yeah. If you want to just share my screen again, this is definitely important for us. And I can kind of explain what I use to store my stuff, because having 6 different kits, these are some of the kits that we have, and it's called the dot box. And basically there's different size dot boxes that you can get. And what I do is I give my kids one of the smaller dot boxes each, and every time at the end of the event, all of their spare parts or little bits and things that they've done throughout the weekend has to go into their dot box, and it goes into their own pit bag. That way, when we get to the next event, when they are setting everything back up, they can go into that box and they can actually use everything that they were just doing. We'll put their wheel nuts in there. We'll put their body pins in there. We'll put any of their wing nuts in there. Sometimes they do different wicker bills depending on what the grip levels are and how much downforce you need on the rear. Oh, I can't even see rear wing. I don't know why I couldn't say that, but so like just tuning options and stuff like that. And then let's just say you wanted to get into the more economical stuff. These cheaper versions right here are the Jam. So we've been giving these out to a lot of the new racers. And as you can see, they come in a 3-pack. And for $21, it comes with stickers and all that. So you can label exactly what's going in with them. And if you get these 2 right here, you can actually interchange the guts inside half and half. So you can have the larger pods inside and switch it with the smaller pods. So you can kind of customize it to whatever you need at the track. So definitely super cool to have those options as well. And then if you really want, they have these ones, which are the ones that I have right here. Let me grab it.
Okay. But yeah, y'all, if y'all want to enter for the drawing, for the giveaway, just put it in the chat box. Just type in the chat box, COW, Cal, COW. Type that in the chat box, COW. And that registers you in for the giveaway.
So for Nitro, I use these just for like low plugs and things like that. And this just like slips into your pocket. Like this is like you can fit in your pocket, no problem. But we were talking about the micros and the minis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like look at how small these screws are. Like these screws, like let me grab one out, and then you can tell that like you're a micro guy if you have screws this time. Like look at how small those like little screws are. Oh my god. And like I told you guys, like I only have one crawler, but these things are super cool. All of these clip together by themselves, and you can hear like this thing's pretty full with all different screw type sizes and stuff like that. And then all you have to do is just clip it, and you know it's going to be secure. And then you can pick whatever graphics you want for it and whatever theme. It's still up on the screen there. So these are all the different themes that you can potentially choose from. And it just depends on what your paint scheme is or what theme you potentially like. But it's really cool to have the graphics match whatever theme you want. But definitely lots of options out on there. And here, I'm going to type a code in here in the chat. And if anybody puts in that code at checkout, it will save you some money off at checkout. I believe it's 15%. So it'll be pretty cool there. Save you guys some money.
Awesome. Hey, man, like I say, hey, that's why I be telling, hey, y'all better stop. Hey, y'all tune into the RC Lounge podcast. I'm telling you, never know What's what, man? Like I say, I didn't want to just broadcast it out because I know people just come in just for giveaways. So you know what I'm saying. So we got our faithful few in here for right now, and that's all we need. You know what I'm saying. And but most definitely, y'all stay tuned in to the podcast. I always add them. I always give them good stuff and giveaways. You know what I'm saying? I've given engines away. I've given kits away. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But always, y'all tune in, share the RC Lounge podcast out. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, this is a good channel for sponsors to represent companies. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk too crazy, nothing like that. You know, I keep respectful and just want to get people in and want people to also grow the channel and want people to come in and have something good to hear to give them through their day at work. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about a whole lot of cussing. Yeah, keep it honest and real, but you know what I'm saying? We still be respectful for, you know, some people that not into all that. But again, just a great podcast and have great guests on like Adam and so many more others. Y'all can go back through the archives and just see all the people I've had on the show and just enjoy it. But yeah, man, again, Adam, we appreciate you coming out, Mr. Ross. And
no problem.
Yeah, so
I know Hooked Up Racing like was asking about like the different sizes and stuff like this is what one I do use for like the glow plugs and stuff like that. This one I actually use for like larger things at the events and stuff like that. And then obviously like for storage in like the camper and stuff like that, I do use the dot boxes because I like having everything with the graphics on it. I'm a huge thing. That's why when I was showing you the bomber jacket and the new hoodies and stuff like that, having them all graphicked up, I'm like, man, Heath, just send it to me, bro. I want that because I like showing off the graphics, and then you're repping correctly. I would say, Right. So I definitely like that. But yeah, Hooked Up Racing for sure. The glow plugs, I just put it right in my pit bag too, right? So you have multiple pockets in there. So we have our glow igniter, we have the extra plugs in there, and it just keeps everything proper and separated. And one of the things that I was doing for the glow plugs, I actually took some of the foam, I put it in the bottom of the thing, and I just drilled out a little bit, and then you can put the glow plugs in there, and it keeps them perfectly standing up, so you don't wreck any of the plugs at all. So it's always good to have things like that. And like, if you're a nitro guy, if you're asking about the glow plugs, what I did on the show the other day was I actually took my whole 4-shoe clutch and I threw it into the Sonic cleaner, the new Sonic cleaner. And we just basically had like an hour-long show. And by the time the show was done, I pulled it out. And like, if they didn't see it live on camera, they thought it was like camera magic where I like actually swapped out the whole like 4-shoe clutch. And they're like, dude, you put a new one in there. Like, show us the thing, right? And I'm showing them, like, no, like, for real, this is the one that I pulled out. When you flip it up, you can see the wear in the inside. And then, of course, like, man, honestly, the Dremel is one of my favorite tools. But, like, you know how you get, like, the clutch shoes, sometimes they get that little bit of odd wear.
Yeah, the little flange on the ends. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to always just use like a hobby knife just to get that perfect edge there. But I've been getting so good with the Dremel now that like either way, I can get it where our clutch is working proper now. And the maintenance is, like you were saying, super important because you don't want to have no failures, man.
There you go. Again, y'all, if y'all want to qualify for the giveaway, again, just type in COW in the chat box. COW, cow, in the chat box. Just type it in. That qualifies you for the giveaway. But yeah, man, like I said, one more question, Adam. So what made you pick out of all the cars on the market? What made you go with X-Works? What about the X-Works that you really liked about that particular car?
Okay, man, that is a great question. So I was with like all my friends, and like there's a group of 9 of us that like all race together, right? And like we're kind of like a team, a crew, whatever, and all our kids race together and stuff like that. And we were with Sorsiki, and I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they ended up going under, and that just left a sour taste in my mouth. And at the time when we went to bigger events, the SOAR guys were amazing to us and our family. And it was the people that were associated with SOAR, like Gene the Machine Heckerson and Jeremy Mosier and Ryan Leclerc. Those guys actually went to S-Works.
Mhm.
And I was all like, I don't know, because like S-Works, like I think I told you off air, nobody wanted to side with S-Works Canada 5 years ago because like it wasn't popular yet, right?
Mhm.
And me and the wife sat down and said, like, look, like if we're gonna invest, like let's do this right. And we like asked a whole bunch of questions, and it got to the point where like we can't even answer. They hooked me up with Tim Lime.
Yeah.
So then I started bugging Tim Lime, and he's like the North American regional manager for S-Works, and
Mhm.
he is the man when it comes to stuff like that. His son's awesome, Camden, and all that. And
Yeah.
it was cool because getting to hear the kids' perspective with my kids interested in it as well. It gave Nathan somebody to look up to because Cam's like, well, yeah, he's older, but like, you know what I mean? He's like closer than me. He calls me ancient. So
Mhm.
it was cool that he had a kid that he could talk to. And then finally he hooked me up with Brent from the Beach RC.
Beach RC.
And Brent told me about his plan and his vision for the future of S-Works. And when Brent told me what his plan was, he got me hook, line, and sinker. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm your guy. I will do the best I can to help and promote and grow the product in Canada.
Mhm.
And the rest has been history. I came from Pillowball with the SOAR. So I not that I needed a Pillowball car. I was just kind of looking for something along those lines.
Right.
And the S-Works just kind of put a tick in all those boxes. The one big thing I was worried about was part support. And as soon as Brent from Beach RC said, I got your back, I'm like, okay, I trust you. And
Yeah.
we just launched it after that. And he truly has come through clutch multiple times. And not only that, when us
Mhm.
Canadian guys go to the States and race there, the support for S-Works has truly grown across the United States. And
Okay.
I couldn't be happier. And if you can't get your vehicle fixed out at the track, it just sucks because there's a couple guys that have Kyoshos, and I'm not saying the Kyosho is a bad car. Like, look at what the top pros are doing with Ryan Lutz is just killing it with the new K car, and
Right.
same with Little Bump. But
Mhm.
if you can't get parts, you broke your A-arm in qualifying, and now you can't even do the next couple qualifiers and or the mains. And
Right.
nobody can help you because you're off on an island by yourself. So
Mhm.
part support was a huge thing too, right? Because let's face it, some of us travel 2+ hours just to race these cars, and I don't want to not be able to let me or my kids finish because of a $9 part, right?
That's right. Like I said, that goes back to kills the whole weekend. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, S-Works came out with, man, an awesome entry. It was a e-buggy a couple of years ago. I forgot the exact name of it. And man, I think what's Brent's the guy to work with Brent? What's his name? That used to run the white whale with Brent. Lucas. He did a video on the buggy. It was a 1/8 scale buggy it was a ready to run buggy that S-Works made. Yes.
Yeah. It's this one right here.
Yeah, that's it, Apollo. Yeah. And I was just saying that was just a great entry level buggy. Everything's already, you just put the battery in and it's ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing it doesn't come with. It comes with the radio, everything, all the electronics. All you need is a battery, and it's like ready to run. It is. It's pretty good.
Right, and it was competitive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, not only that, if you did break anything, all of the top of the line racing products fit right onto it. So like you weren't gonna like be worried about parts or nothing like that. So it was definitely a great, like you said, a great entry level product. And couldn't be happier. The thing that we're working on right now is I just got my new carpet car, and like I said, we're getting ready to go indoor racing, and that new S12 3C is man,
Yeah.
I can't wait to try it. I don't even have mine fully built yet, and I only got 2 weeks until the first race, so I better hurry up.
So yeah, like I said, yeah, that y'all just came out with the 10 scale two-wheel drive buggy, and
Yeah.
yes, and it really done very well down at the Florida Carpet Series that they just had.
It
So-
sure did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really happy with the performance there. And honestly, at that level, like the top pros are amazing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
seeing them run with the newer products, it's amazing to see. And obviously, they know what to do with this type of technology and kit. And the nice thing is, it actually comes in 2 different variants too. It comes with the carpet version and the dirt version.
Yeah.
The carpet version has all the weight moved forward. The dirt
Okay.
version has all the weight moved back. So it has
Okay.
a different transmission and everything. And the way that you mount the electronics are completely different between the two, which is awesome depending on what you want to do. Now, obviously, you can change the two depending on what kit you get. So you don't have to worry about wasting money because you can get the conversions for it. But it's nice to have that option, especially if you're dedicated.
I got you. Cool. But yeah, like I said, yeah, that two-wheel drive buggy just hit the market, man. And it's been, like I said, very good, especially down at the Florida.
Yeah, November 18th. Yeah, so it's like new, like real new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah, man, like I said, I ain't gonna keep it all night, man. You want to go and try to go and drop in and do the drawing right quick?
Yeah. What do you want to give away? You got something in mind, or
just I guess some of those storage bins. You know, I guess that's a popular thing if you can do that.
Absolutely.
Maybe some of those magnetic mats or something like that people can have just to have. You know, it's just whatever you have available. We can do it really simple, easy, and just go from there.
So
But yeah.
if we want to give away a whole combo set, we'll do the whole 3-pack if they want.
Hey y'all comment in the chat box what y'all want. Hey, this EKJ, I bring y'all the best. I bring the best people on here.
And I just got to say, it's free shipping in North America because I've seen a couple Philippines people on here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get it shipped to the Philippines. But if you're in North America, definitely comment Cal, and we will get that shipped out to you ASAP. And honestly, yeah, all you have to do is get a hold of either myself or you and get me the address, and we will get it out to them ASAP.
That's it. Yeah. Again, for y'all to qualify for the giveaway, again, just go in the chat box and just type in the word COW, which is Cal. Just type that in, COW, and then enter you in for the giveaway. And also, if whoever wins, y'all just message me on Facebook in my Facebook Messenger. Just give me your just send me your address. Just put your address in my Facebook Messenger, and I'll get it to Adam Ross, and we'll get your stuff on in the mail for you. So I think that'd be the easiest way. My name on Facebook is just Corey Jordan. I'm gonna type it in the chat box so everybody can see who it is. I think that may be the easiest way.
Heck yeah. And obviously I'm Adam Ross on Facebook. So if you do win and you can't get a hold of Corey, just hit me up, man. I will make sure you get your prize. And for all the viewers, we're going to be going live next Sunday at 8 p.m. on our show, Cow Tech. So if you're interested in anything maintenance related, we definitely have the show for you. And man, we have this crazy giveaway that I can't spill the beans yet, but it's going to be next level. We're going to try and beat what we did last year for our giveaway. And we're supporting Operation 11 Charlie. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those guys, but they are RC enthusiasts. And what they are is they're all like wounded vets and first responders and stuff like that. and
Yeah.
it's for people that really can't afford to do big events and go to like PMBs and race time
Mhm.
events, and they actually help those vets get to events like that, as well as crawling events, flying events, boating events, anything RC related. They basically help the vets get to, and it's pretty damn cool that people paying it forward that way. So we're super proud to support them as well. So if you want, tune into our show this coming Sunday. It's Cal RC Cal Tech. You ask, we answer live on the show.
There you go. Yes, sir. There you go. Yeah, that's me. Hit me up. Again, just send me your address and everything on my Facebook Messenger. I'll be on that all the time. So that'll be the best way to get in touch with me. Again, got Adam Ross on Facebook as well. And again, if you want to register for the giveaway, type in the box again, COW, which is Cal. Just type that COW in the chat box, and you in now. So yeah, y'all, we finna get ready to go on and do this drawing. Let me remember how to share the screen, and it's been a minute. I need to know how to do this anyway because I got some stuff myself. I'm trying to give away probably next on my upcoming podcast coming up soon, very soon. So what's on Cal RC YouTube channel? Hooked Up Racing wanting to know what's is that on the Cal RC YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's on the Cal RC YouTube channel. It's on the Cal RC Facebook page, and it's on the Cal RC Instagram. And we are just getting ready to expand to 2 other platforms. Rumble is going to be one, and the other one is something our kids told us about, and they can't believe we're not on it yet. I think it's TikTok or something like that. But we're using StreamYard, so they just offered to have the orientation in 2 different ways. So now we're confidently going to go on multiple different platforms and be able to show off all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, there we go.
There we go. Let's see if I can do this. Take this off.
Nice.
That's it. So let me go back.
Good luck, everybody.
Okay, here we go, y'all. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Not Adam Ross. Not Adam Ross. Hooked Up.
Hooked
Sweet.
Up.
Hey, we needed it too. So that's awesome, man. That's
There
good.
you go.
And he asked
Hooked
a
up.
question too, man. So yeah, definitely get a hold of Corey or myself, and then we'll hook you up with the proper stuff. And man, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having me on the show. It was awesome. I love talking about more racing stuff because we've been on the crawler kick for a little too long for my liking. So it's nice to talk racing again for sure.
Man, like I said, man, I had some questions, man, and like I ain't want to keep everybody, just sitting around waiting and stuff. But definitely, man. Only one thing else I really want to ask you about, just about the industry, and I just wanted to ask you also an idea for Cal RC. But first, let's go with anything in the industry that you think that you would like to change, or any innovation in the cars, or anything that you would like to see, or something a little different that would help the race scene, or anything that you have an idea that then cross your mind that you would like to see different in the industry.
Obviously, you're a Miyako guy. So
yeah.
That being said, the whole racing series that they tried to do was
RCGP.
Next level. Yeah, man. Yeah. RCGP was what set the stage for a lot of the live RC things and the multimedia that is present today. They set the standard super high. And the one thing that I would like to see is the way that the racing format is done. I would love to see all the people go out and practice, and then from practice, there's like, I hate to say that, like a resort, and then okay, you go and do a seeding round. You do one seeding round. After the seeding round, you go into one qualifier. Okay, so now you're only 3 things in. After that, I want all the racing to mean something. Every time I put my buggy or truggy down on the track, I want it to mean something. I want to be able to fight for a bump spot. I want to, like, if you start dead last or they invert the thing or whatever the part might be, you get points for passing people. So let's just say you start 18th, but you finish 5th. You might not have won, but you get X amount of points to move you up into the next round, next heat, next thing. And they do it based on speed and race results, not just qualifying. Because right now, the way that they do it, we qualify way too much compared to racing, in my personal opinion. Like, I know I'm a nobody in the industry, but I think if we make the racing the more focal point, like they did with the RCGP and that Visions race too, like every time they put the car down, they meant something. I think that would bring in the viewership, and that would lead to outside sponsorship potential. Because if you can get the viewership there, then you have a product that you can sell to the sponsors. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I would definitely like to see changed. The other thing that I've been really following lately is the shock innovations. Now, I'm running the VRP piston, the 20 hole with all the bells and whistles and stuff like that, because let's face it, the shock package is definitely, yes, AMS format is awesome. I do like that. That's the Super Pull and all that stuff. We had a blast. I definitely love the AMS format. But I would love to see the shock packages go to the next level. Like, I've seen a whole bunch of innovation going with that. And you're on the Mayako channel, I'm sure, and you know what he's working on with the laydowns and all that stuff.
Low CT.
I definitely think what he's running internally, and I'm not going to spill the beans because I'm not going to do that, but he's working on some stuff, and I think that's next level, and I think it's super cool. When you think outside of the box like that, it'll push other manufacturers to also think outside of the box, because they're not going to want to fall behind. So I definitely think that is super cool, and seeing the innovation is awesome as well. And I think that's about it for what I would like to see change. It's just pretty much those two things: race more and the shock package. That's about it.
Okay. The only thing that I would suggest, only thing I would ask Cal RC just to try to look into, man, especially coming from the nitro side, is can we find some cleaner that we can spray on our pipes?
Yes.
We can.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And
dude, I know what you're saying.
Instead of having to take the pipes off and put them, you know what I'm saying, put them in the crock pot and boil them and do this and do that. We just need something at the track we can just, you know what I'm saying, let it sit. It's baked on, so I know it's going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And maybe let it sit for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
I will mention it to the big dog, but any of the Nitro guys, if they tune into our show, please put that in the comment. I beg you, because it's one of the things that I want. Because man, you know how hard it is to keep the pipe this clean. Because my kids spill fuel all over this thing, like because
man, if y'all could and just remember, look, EKJ 24,000. You know what I'm saying? Put the bug in the ear. You know what I'm saying? Just remember my name. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out.
I'm telling you.
Please do. But again, if Cal RC can do something with that, I believe that would really put y'all up to another level with your products and everything like that. I know it may call for something, maybe a little harmful chemicals, or if we can dilute something enough where it won't be so harmful, you know what I'm saying, to get.
Well, he's not scared to do anything hazmat related. That's the best thing. He's had me test some pretty caustic stuff, and it is definitely not made it to the herd, but he's trying to innovate all the time. And one of the things that we would think would work is something that would spray on kind of have that foaming action, and
That's it.
as it dissipates, pulls all the stuff out, and then when you wipe it off, it leaves the nice shine again. So I'm down for something like that. Trust me, because like what I have to do right now to get that pipe shiny again, I'm not down. Like it takes a lot of time. So I always have all my stuff properly maintained all the time. Like it's tore apart right now, and you get that. Like we're getting ready to put it away for the winter. We're gonna put the after run in there and all that stuff. And if you're not sure exactly what to do, I don't know. Well, Alabama, you guys do get a little cold there too. So, but in states that actually get the snow and you can't run your 8 scale for a month at a time, if you want, jump on our show. We show you how to properly maintain and store your stuff, so you know in the spring you can hit the ground running and none of your stuff is going to be wrecked. Right. It's a little simple stuff, even like balancing your batteries and storage charging them, cleaning the connectors with the degreaser and stuff like that. Like all those things add up to making sure that when you go to put your stuff on the track in the spring, you're going to be good to go, because nobody wants to waste money, especially in today's day and age with the way, like I don't know what the cost of living is over there, but in Canada it is getting out of hand. So all the money that you're putting into the hobby for fun, you want to make sure you're getting that money's worth, right? So I would definitely recommend that for sure.
Yeah, man. If I can come up with something for that,
that would be next level. Hey, take my money for that one for sure. I know all the Nitro guys, like I know we've been on this like kick with the crawler stuff, but for the racers, if they could tune in and actually mention that, something that would clean the pipe and do it within 15 minutes, easy, no work, just kind of like have it all drip off onto the mat that takes the chemical. Sign me up, man. Sign me up.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the outside. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's something we can flush through, you know what I'm saying? They clean out the inside. They're just gonna keep that nitro engine purring, and it's gonna get that pipe breathing good, and it's gonna be, like you said, be ready to go next time you get ready to hit the track. You know what I'm saying? So oh man, that would be great. But man, hey, Ross, awesome job, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Appreciate you, man. And we definitely got to do this again. And you want to give in your sponsors or any the next coming up show that y'all gonna have on y'all show? When is that gonna be?
Yeah, so this coming Sunday, me and Tyler are going to be revealing our special giveaway, and I'm super stoked to be doing it. It's something that I would personally want to have in my kits. I don't know if you can see the kits all back there, but it's one of those vehicles that I think anybody would love just to have in their arsenal. And $5 could get you a chance to win this kit. And if you tune in this Sunday, we're going to do the same hashtag thing that you just did. You can win 25 free tickets just by hashtagging. So if you want, tune in, check us out, see what we're all about. But obviously, Cow RC, thank you, Heath, for everything that you do for me and the family. S-Works Canada, obviously for chassis and stuff like that. We got Teak Electronics. They've been phenomenal for me and the kids. And stay tuned because they got something sneaky coming out, hopefully before Christmas. And last but not least, we got Gens Ace Batteries supporting us, and T&R Fuels. So I noticed that you got the T&R Fuels. Chris is great people. And he was awesome when we met him at some of the bigger events, and he was just off. And I love giving people a chance, and his product did not disappoint.
Hey man, that's not this. Yeah, he supported.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? And keep me going. So most definitely, great fuel. It. So yeah, great. Definitely a great product. Definitely a great product.
Yeah, congratulations, Hooked Up Racing. Like I said, man, just hit up Corey and or me, and we'll make sure we get you your winnings.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hey, what Hooked Up? What? So we went with the storage kit, the storage bins for Hooked Up.
Yeah, we're gonna give him the whole combo set. Everyone, he's gonna get them all.
There you go, Hooked Up. Hey, that's why you can't be shy. Speak up. speak up, you know what I'm saying? Speak up for what you like, you know what I'm saying? So see how it paid off. But yeah, there's one less Christmas gift you gotta get. You got it coming. So
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, y'all, man. This is EKJ 24,000, man. We can get off here. Had a great show again tonight. And awesome, man. And Ross, man, maybe y'all can, put me on the show, interview me or something. You know what I'm saying? We turn the favor. You know how it go,
Yeah,
So.
honestly, like once we get through a few things after Christmas,
Mhm.
we can definitely hook you up. We got a stack couple shows coming up, and the next show that I'm going to be on is Mark's. So looking forward to that. Mark's been on our show a few times, Mark Santa
Yeah.
Maria, and
Okay.
he's a huge podcaster. And some of the shenanigans that he gets into is just next level. So looking forward to that. And
Yeah.
he's a huge proponent of CalRC, and there's going to be a few things dropping in the near future. And if you're a fan of Mark and CalRC, I don't know if you seen the RC Box Club.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Awesome. It's
Great
one of
stuff.
those things that my wife got me for Christmas last year, and it's
Yeah.
so cool to get that month after month, right? And
Yeah.
it's just cool to get RC stickers, shirts, garb, all the little trinkets that they send in there, and you get some banger stuff in there. Like you'd be surprised at what you actually get, and it's only like you get to pick whatever level you want. There's 3 different
Yeah.
levels for the RC Box Club, but my wife was nice enough to get me the top level, and I ain't looking back, man. It's a good thing to be a part of.
Awesome. Again, y'all, hey, thank you for tuning in to the RC Lounge podcast again with EKJ 24,000. Hey, man, y'all have a great week coming up. Again, if you ain't ripping, you're tripping. Actions speak louder than words. Left eye salute to you. Hey, y'all have a great Monday. Appreciate you.